Happy Sunday, the last day of November. Where has this month gone? I hope for those that are Americans had a nice Thanksgiving dinner. I had one. I had a Friendsgiving and housewarming party, and I look forward to the end of the year, December. A lot going on. I know for many it's a holiday season. I have a lot of work for my Caribbean trip. But yeah, if you are watching, share below where you're watching from. And today's topic, we're going to talk about expat life in Thailand. Because for my last live about living a global life and how we're meant for more. Some people are meant to live in more than one place. And many people ask about Thailand, and I spent 3 years living in Thailand. So I'm going to discuss what expat life is there, and Thailand is actually a good base, especially if you want to have one base in Asia, and at least Southeast Asia. Bangkok is a great place. So hello, welcome to the live here from Belgrade. And yeah, I spent 3 years in Bangkok from 2015 to 2018. After grad school, I got my first big girl job. Please like. This video helps, and I want to have like a ritual. Everyone share, where you're watching from, and if you are subscribed, please, like. If not subscribe and like this video. So it's a bit cold here in Belgrade, and from last week, I think 9 o'clock is a better time because 8 o'clock people are still having dinner, they're sailing with the family, so hopefully we'll get a nice crowd for tonight to talk about expat life, or what expat life could look like in Thailand. And I hope, please don't be shy. I know last time a lot of people were shy last time until an hour and a half in the talk. So, okay, so let's dive into it. So Thailand, for those that don't know, Thailand is actually one of the most visited countries, specifically Bangkok. It's one of the most visited capitals in the world, more visited than Paris, because for many, Bangkok is cheaper. People love the weather. Thai people are very kind and welcoming people. And there are many different sides of Thailand, or at least Bangkok. You can have that wild, crazy party life. Hi, welcome. Or if you want something more calm and kako stay ima novo. Hello. Yasam dobro. Tonight we're talking about Bangkok. Thailand has many different sides, that wild, crazy life, but you have also that calming wellness life. You can also retire there. There are many people that retire in Thailand. I met many people, especially a lot of Europeans, that want to go to Thailand and find a place to, live out the rest of their life. And not only just retire, many people that have put their parents or are at an age to get like full-time care. So they have care facilities in Thailand as well. Hello. Misam Slova. Let's speak Stravo. So you have a lot of high-end care facilities in Thailand. I met many professionals. I was an English teacher for the years I lived in Thailand. So Thailand's a good place to work as an English teacher or to work as a professional. You have a lot of NGOs in Thailand. So I think for many, if you're a first-time expat, Thailand is an excellent place to go to, and not only just a holiday. Like, you have all the major hotels in Thailand. You have the Four Seasons, you have the Mandarin Oriental, you have the St. Regis, you have the Park Hyatt. I know all those hotels because I used to have my afternoon tea parties there, and it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful and stunning. But yeah, for those that want to be part of the community of building a global trifecta lifestyle, I would say Thailand, specifically Bangkok, is an excellent area to get a visa, to get a residency permit, or even a retirement visa. Thailand has many different visas. For those that are watching the replay, please comment below, because this was years ago when I lived there. And I think they have like a new digital nomad visa. But I do know people have a retirement visa. I think they have their own form of a golden visa as well. And I know in Thailand, technically foreigners cannot own land. So you could like lease land. You can like buy it like under lease. You could buy land for like 99 years. Um, but there's a lot of development going on in Thailand. So Thailand is really an ideal spot. It is not as cheap as it was, especially when I left, it was getting more expensive. So you definitely need to come in with funds, but not like significant funds like in the Caribbean, because a lot of the citizenship by investment programs in the Caribbean, you need at least 250,000 if you're applying for to do the government donation or to buy property, to buy bonds. You need significant. But Thailand is much more affordable, but still, depending on your lifestyle, depending if you have kids, depending if you're a couple, depending if you're solo, if you're good health, there are many factors. But Thailand is a good location and growing popularity amongst digital nomads or those that want that trifecta life. So in the comments below, feel free to share, your questions about expat life in Bangkok. I know the word expat is a very loaded term. So we could say expat immigrant lifestyle, because as long as you're not a citizen and you might temporarily live in a place, you're in my mind, you're an expat. Um, and especially if you're working as a professional, you're recruited to work in a corporate job or to work as a diplomat. So that's another thing. I met some people at the embassies or consulate or NGOs. It's how you categorize yourself. What enables you to legally live there, bank there, work there, do business there varies. But what brought me to Thailand, I'll share, is post-grad school. I knew I wanted to teach, and at that time I knew nothing about Thailand. I was very obsessed with going to China because like China's the future. China, you can easily find a job. And if you can please write in English, that would be better, because this is more of a global conversation. So English in the comment sections, or I'm just gonna have to remove you, okay? So I think that just let me remove some things. Yes, this is about Thailand. So for Thailand, there's a lot of opportunities as a teacher. So I got my TEFL certificate to teach. And what's interesting about Thailand and other Asian countries, teachers have a high status. Teachers are very much respected. It's a respected profession. Many schools offer housing. So I was really lucky. I was teaching at this Catholic business prep school. And let's see. And they offered me housing as a foreign teacher. So teaching was able to really help me establish myself, getting my visa, my work permit, and I have never had a Thai massage. I know people, massages are okay, but I never got that. A lot of people go there because there are Thai massage parlors everywhere, but I have never been into that. I like the yoga, I went to the Pilates. There are many great activities for you to do. So, I need to remove this person. Yeah. Okay. So in Thailand, there's just many activities you can do. But for me, as an English teacher, it enabled me to settle. So if you're going to move abroad to a country, it's very important that you legally live there. You get your paperwork there. Then, of course, once you have the paperwork that allows you to find good housing, it allows you to open a bank account. It allows you to just settle and travel in and out of the borders. I remember I made the first mistake when I left to go to Vietnam for the first time. Is Thanksgiving 2025. And I didn't know that I had to get like a special kind of like fill out a special form. So I don't know why you're here. You keep on, yeah, this is about expat life. If you have, I think you're on the wrong channel. So, yeah. Anyway, so I didn't know how to fill a special form to cross the border. So once my school did all my paperwork and I left to go to Vietnam, it was just like I had to start all over again. I had to pay a fee. So it's important once you move to a new country, understand, once you get your paperwork, how to be able to travel freely in and out of the country. So that's another point. Thailand does have like a lot of interesting houses. Hi, yes, I'm back. I'm trying to do all the lives on Sundays now at 9 o'clock because 9 o'clock seems to be a much better time for many people versus 8 o'clock is a kind of a weird time. So here I am. We're talking about Thailand, expat life. So drop some questions in the comments below if you have questions about what it's like to live as an expat or moving to Thailand, because I lived there for 3 years. Housing, you can find really affordable housing. Yeah, I'm not gonna go like last Sunday. You see, I started an hour later, and then I'm encouraging people to ask questions. And again, please write in the comments in English so we all can understand. I know I used to do live like learning Serbian. We're not doing that. I'm shifting my brand to be more international and have more lifestyle topics like building an expat life or buying property in an XYZ country. So back to Thailand because I spent some time there. Yeah, you can find really affordable housing and live quite well if you want a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. If you want to hire help to help you clean and maintain your home, if you never want to have to cook, because there are so many places you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, snacks. You have 7-Eleven. I remember that's like the key store everyone goes to, 7-Eleven to shop. Thailand is very, very hot, but you have a lot of ACs in the homes to get around. I don't know. Actually, no, I have a friend. She still lives there. She has like a motorbike, but I used to take the Sky train, or people get the little motorbikes, or you have a tuk-tuk. So it's easy to get around. It's just incredibly hot. And while the food is really great, you have to watch out because eating all the time, that could definitely catch up to you. So, yeah, it's difficult to get a job. When it comes to jobs, especially if you're not a local, you need to be able to have a skill set that the locals can't do. So teaching English, even though there are local teachers that teach English, that is the easiest way, but they have gotten a lot more strict because you will have to have the college degree. Some places explicitly ask for a diploma in early childhood education, a certificate in teaching English as a foreign language along with a college degree. You need to provide your transcripts, because over the years it has attracted some people that are not as honest or don't have the credentials. So if you want some other job, you have to get it from an international company that probably either recruits you already there, or you have to be at a C-suite or executive level. So I recommend wherever you go, don't go looking for a job. Already have a job lined up, or be recruited from a company that brings you there, because you can get a really nice expat package where jobs pay for your housing, your transport, your move. If you have kids, they'll pay for the international school fees. But teaching English, and even some schools recruit abroad. They recruit in the US, they recruit in South Africa, they recruit in Australia. So if you want to get a job, teaching is the best avenue, but it's getting much more competitive these days. So in regards to lifestyle, I always recommend people start a business. Starting a business in Thailand is, depending on the business, is a good thing because Thailand has about 70 million people. You can scale throughout the Southeast Asian market. A lot of people, or what I did at the time, go to Singapore, set up a corporate office, and then you have like a subsidiary in Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh, and Phnom Penh. I mean, that's when you have the whole vision to scale, as they call it, ASEAN. But don't go to Thailand looking for a job. Don't. Or any other place. Have something lined up. Or you work remotely, set up a company, you work remotely from the States or the UK. Thailand doesn't have hurricanes. They have tsunamis. There was one big tsunami in the early 2000s. I think it was like 2011. They had massive tsunamis. But they do not have hurricanes. They have a lot of rain, so it can like flood. And they have a lot, they don't have earthquakes, no. Maybe fires. There's like a season where people burn a lot of things. But no, there are no hurricanes, to my knowledge. They have tsunamis. I am American from Massachusetts. I lived abroad for the last 11 years, and I spent 3 years at the early stages of my expat life living in Thailand. In regards to dealing with bureaucracy, one thing I remember, especially the schools, if you have a job, they always send a local with you with all the paperwork. People are very paper heavy, so nothing's electronic. They like to go have things on paper. So going to the immigration, which everyone had to always do, can take half a day. If you're missing one paper, like, oh my goodness, that takes time, is a tedious task. But you can set up a company. You just need to have someone, a local, a lawyer or firm to help you set everything up and just have everything translated, apostilled, have all the paperwork. Paper. They love paper. So the bureaucracy is not too bad if you know what you're doing. Yes, there's no hurricanes. I think hurricanes are for areas that have more colder weather. Yeah, in Serbia, yeah. Well, Serbia, I think, is a bit more advanced in terms of it's digital. They don't mind digital paper, but paperwork, like I have a legal team and accounting team. So we do emails, papers, and, it's not good to be scammed. I know many foreigners who had, I wouldn't say scammed, they just thought just throwing money at the problem would fix it, but that's why a lot of, and I'm sorry to say this, a lot of expat or foreign men, their wives or their girlfriends or their business partners, because they understand how the system works. So it's good to have someone local on your team to help you set up the company to scale it, because they know how to navigate their bureaucracy. Yeah, as far as Serbia, oh, hi from Paris. I used to live in Paris before I came to Serbia. And honestly, I know everyone loves Paris, but Paris was not for me. I don't know if you're from Paris, but as a non-EU citizen, living in Paris and starting a company in Paris and opening a business account in Paris, bank account in Paris, is not good. Paris is not a good place personally for you to start a business if you're not an EU citizen, if you don't have a French passport. I did not like Paris at all, hence why I'm in Belgrade. As far as Belgrade, you heard Serbia switching the visa. It depends. There's different types of visas. I have a visa because I set up a company. But back to Thailand. Thailand was great in the sense of, like, once you have like your work permit and your visa and your jobs help you like open a bank account, then you're free to, like, have some type of side hustle. So while I was teaching English, I sold like hair care products. My company was called Yummy Blair Cosmetics. So I had like this cute little sticker. You know how most of the world use WhatsApp? In Thailand, most people use a communication app called Line, Line. And Line, which interestingly is a Japanese Korean company. But anyways, everyone uses it, and you can chat, you can send stickers, you can have like a whole entire platform. It's just like a whole different world when it comes to communication. And you have like your line groups. I remember my students, I had different groups for my like different class levels, and I used to send like homework assignments, voice notes. Like Line, I really like Line. No one, to my knowledge, used WhatsApp unless you were a foreigner and you had like other foreigners. But everyone in Thailand uses Line. Look good. Okay, thank you. Thailand, in regards to banking, I would have to say when I set up my bank account, and I believe I still have my bank account with Bangkok Bank, as long as you have all your paperwork, you have copies of your passport, your work permit, your visa, and for Americans, you have to give like a copy of or give the social security number. It's relatively easy. As long as you have everything legally to be there and your paperwork is relatively straightforward process to set up a bank account. And as far as the language, yes, learning Thai. Now, For me, as an American, learning a second or third language is not the easiest. Thai is a difficult language because you have seven different tones, and it is not easy. But when you live in a place and you see it and you hear it all around, things start to like sink in. So I do know some foreigners that spoke Thai, but they had lessons. And many jobs, they could provide tutoring lessons. They have teachers come in because it does make a difference if you learn language. Practicing Serbian, yes. I'll get back to studying Serbian. I just really don't have the time in my schedule to stream learning Serbian. Like I have the books, I have all that. I used to do it, I just don't have the time. But once I do, I will get into streaming Serbian again. So that's why when people are like, oh, is Serbian hard? I'm like, no, Thai, that's a hard language. Chinese or Mandarin, that's a difficult language. But if you put your mind to it, you can learn the language. And I know people like Squatty-ka, Kaptin-ka, like just like learning basic greetings and whatnot, you can pick up on it. You just can't be lazy about it. So living in Thailand, many people do speak English, but depending on your role and why you're there, if you're tired and you, this is not popular to say, a lot of foreign men marry local women. So they have someone that knows the language, the system, you raise the children. If you have a local partner, it makes life, from my perspective, a lot easier. As a foreign woman, honestly, Thailand was not the best place to find a romantic partner or to date. I did date someone, but it was another foreigner. So I have to say that if you are looking for romance as a foreigner, it's better for foreign men. Like you can find a wife or a girlfriend within like a week if you want. If that's your intention to go and you meet someone because you want love in your life and you want to settle down there, yeah, you can find a partner. As a man, you absolutely can find a partner. If you are a woman, especially from like the US, UK, or Australia, you're not from the Asian continent, it will be harder. And especially if you are a high earner, because the average salary there, is not as high. And Thailand has a very clear class system. So even amongst the wealthy, the middle class or lower class, people don't really mix between classes when it comes to socializing or marriage or dating. So there's just so many dynamics as a foreign woman that I realize this is not a good place to, find a romantic partner, to build a family, unless it's with another foreigner. I've met maybe 2 American or Australian women that married local men, Thai men, but that is just a very rare case. So while people do travel for love, and you can find love in Bangkok or Chiang Mai or Koh Samui, if you're a foreign woman, I would say don't waste your years there. This is the playground of men. So go there for a holiday, go there for work, go there to relax, go there on a retreat, go there for yoga, go there on a girls' trip, but do not go to Thailand looking for a husband. Like I met married women that came with their husbands and their families and their husband works. That could still be a risk because, some women see that as like, I see a foreign man, that is, and no judgments, my way to, get your ticket out of poverty. So even if you don't have a strong marriage as a foreign woman, do not go to Thailand at all. Is it expensive flying there from Europe? I don't think so. I haven't been to Thailand in years. I left Thailand in 2018. I flew back home, one-way ticket. But I don't think Thailand is as expensive. If you buy a couple of weeks in advance, a round trip, it shouldn't be that expensive, especially if you're flying from Europe. Because Bangkok has a lot of flights. They have a big international port, Suvarnabhumi. It's a very long word. I remember when that airport opened. Yes, that airport flies worldwide. So flying from Europe, and it depends. What do you say expensive? Is it more than 1,000 euros, 1,500 euros? I think you can get a decent price to fly. Again, are you flying from London? Are you flying from Zurich? Are you flying from Belgrade? We can look this up. I don't have my computer. But it shouldn't be too expensive now. And a lot of people love to go in December They do have Christmas decorations. They obviously don't have a Christmas market because Thailand is a Buddhist country, but all the like luxury and high-end malls, they do have Christmas decorations because people like to take pictures. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I did see a lot of venues have like the Christmas decorations. And many expats that are Christians, they do have, I think they have, in Thailand, I saw a Catholic church because the Italians came there in like 1800s. So there is a Catholic church, and some of the Christians that got together, they did have services there. So during this time of the year or New Year's, there are a lot of cool parties. Thailand actually right now, I remember, yes, the queen died. So they're mourning, and they're mourning for a year. I remember when the king died in 2016, and that was like the longest serving monarch in the world. So they, as a teacher, we had to like wear black out of respect, and there was no major celebrations, no parties. I think even alcohol was restricted at some times of the day. So Thailand right now is mourning. So if you're expecting to go there to party and live your best life, out of respect for the people, I don't think it's just like a good time to travel there for like a boys trip or a girls trip, or you can maybe go for like a wellness retreat. So it's going through a tragedy. And Thailand, because they have a royal family, they have laws when it comes to speaking out against the royal family. So foreigners, please do know that you need to be very respectful. People take the royal family very seriously. When I was teaching English, I remember every Friday we had to sing the King's Song as they raise the Thai flag. And you don't say anything about the royal family, even good things in public or on social media, because things can be misinterpreted. So just be careful and be aware. And the royal song, they play it like, I think 3 times a day. It's like sometimes in the subway, so you have to stop and stand still when the royal song is playing. So just understand when it comes to politics and the royal family, it's just a very different mindset. And out of respect, you have to follow the local rules. So be aware when you're living there. And there are actually a lot of things that are censored in Thailand. I didn't know that until I left, because there were certain things I didn't see from YouTube or Google, like the government blocks a lot of things. Not everything, but just be aware there's, at some point you're not going to see certain things. And you wouldn't know that unless you're like outside the country. So, but overall, people know Thai food. Thai food is very popular worldwide. There's some Thai restaurants here, or Thai food is served here. It's very good. It's so good sometimes you might you might kind of gain some weight. But again, if you don't ever want to have to cook, and I met people that just didn't cook a day in their life, you can always find some small restaurant, some small street vendor, and easily buy breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, snacks. Get your snacks at 7-Eleven. They have like these pre-packaged snacks. I remember when I was in Japan, they even take it to a different level. Like, you really don't have to ever cook. There's just so many restaurants and whatnot. So in regards to food, it can get unhealthy if you're just eating unhealthy food all the time. But the fruits and the vegetables are pretty good. Yeah, eating in local restaurant. When you say cheap, it depends. What do you call cheap? I'm not saying you can eat for $1 a day. Thailand is not as cheap as it was 5 years ago. Cheap as in, yes, you can get a full meal for like $10. But there are more high-end places that you can spend a pretty penny on food. And you say it's closer to us. Greece, Turkey, Montenegro is going on vacation. Yeah. Well, some people want to, especially during the winter time, go to Southeast Asia. So people like to go to Thailand, or like to go to Vietnam. They like to go to, okay, I don't know if anybody wants to go to Cambodia, but I've been to Phnom Penh. So this live is more about, what expat life is like in Thailand. And Thailand, specifically Bangkok, I think is the most visited capital in the world. More people go to Bangkok than go to Paris, because Bangkok is a lot more affordable and worldwide. So you have hostels, you have 5-star hotels, you have the Airbnbs. Thailand is quite an affordable place for a holiday. It's affordable if you are into water adventures. So if you want to go diving, you want to go snorkeling. So they have all these small little islands, the PP Islands. I went to Koh Samui. If you are into wellness, Thailand has a lot of these wellness resorts, and especially for retiring. Because I know in Serbia, and correct me if I'm wrong, Serbs, there aren't a lot of like retirement homes. And since Europe is aging a lot, and we all know elder care, many people rely on women in their family to take care of their elders. But if you need a professional facility to take care of your parents or your grandparents, Thailand has become leading in building like high-end elder care or retirement communities for people that want to retire with, in the sun. You don't want to be in winter. Maybe your parent or grandparent needs full-time 24/7 care. And especially for Americans, we know our elder care or nursing homes are not the best. Staff can be overwhelmed. Staff cannot have as much empathy. So people want to make sure their loved ones are taken very good care of. So in Thailand, you have care facilities that are affordable that can provide, one or two individual cares to take care of your loved one. In Croatia, since we switched to Europe, everything became expensive, especially summer is insanely expensive. Yeah, Croatia has drawn, I've been to Croatia for holiday. Croatia has drawn a lot of, especially Americans, celebrities. So, hi. Yeah, people want an affordable holiday, and your euros, because the Thai baht is not the world's strongest currency. If you have dollars, euros, pounds, Swiss francs, even Singapore dollars, Japanese yen, you can go pretty far. So that makes Thailand a very attractive market to retire in, especially if you want to move there and get your residency visa. When it comes to capital, how much you need to prove. Because now, I think when it comes to a visa, some countries ask you to show, you have health insurance. They want to see bank statements. They want to see how much, income you're earning. If you're earning in dollars or euros or pounds, you can apply for that visa and live quite comfortably there. And that's the whole game of the trifecta life. You want to see how you can leverage your euros or your dollars or your currency and to live in like a cheaper country. But Thailand doesn't want just like, cheap people. They want people that are bringing comfortable living, so they don't have to rely on the local hospitals or the local system, because that's for citizens. So to my knowledge, it is very, very difficult to get a Thai citizenship. I know maybe one person, but you have to be fluent in the language. You have to know the Thai national anthem. You have a better chance, especially if you're married to a local. But in Asia, people don't want foreigners as citizens, and that's fine. Not every culture is so welcoming to the point where people become citizens. It's just not part of the culture. It's possible, but it's just better to get a residency or permanent residency. So the new digital nomad visa residency laws that were passed in Croatia Parliament last year require insurance and advance, not cheap, plus proof of income over €1,000. That's good for Croatia. That's good. Honestly, I mean, again, since this talk is more about Thailand and Southeast Asia, I haven't had anybody inquire what it's like to reside in Croatia. I know people that want a holiday there, but as far as Thailand, especially for people that want that residency, that want to live there, people want paradise, they want the sun, Thailand is a very attractive location. And if you have a pet, for example, I know people that move with their cats, they move with their dogs. You can take your pet along with you. When I think about it, did I see a lot of street animals? Yeah, there had some stray dogs, I didn't see as many stray cats. But I know many foreigners that have their pets with them. And, if you're going to live this trifecta life, take your pet with you. And one thing about Thailand is they have very good healthcare in regards to like private hospitals. So a lot of people go to Thailand to get cosmetic surgery. and that includes plastic surgery, transgender surgery, cosmetic surgery. Um, Let me see. I don't think hair plant transplants. That's more so Turkey. But for high-end plastic surgery, Thailand, there's two world-class hospitals there. I forgot the names of them. But Thailand medical tourism is on the rise, and you have world-class hospitals there that provide excellent care. And I remember when my first school, there was a hospital like right next door. So I got my physical, I went to the gynecologist there. Anytime I had problems, you just walk into the hospital, you fill out a form. Of course, you have to pay out of pocket. So I didn't spend so much money. When I went to the hospital, I spent maybe $50 here and there to get my teeth cleaned at the dentist, like $40. It's very affordable. That's why as an expat, for me, it's nice to have insurance, but it's just easier to pay out of pocket. So they are pretty good for beauty tourism. Yes. So when it comes to beauty, and I was not prepared for this, people prefer pale white skin. So you'll see ads for, there's like this one brand called Snail White to make your skin like snail white, very white. So in regards to beauty, they have like a lot of clinics for dermatological care, for brows. There's a lot of brow bars, lash bars, all types of beauty routines. Let's just put it like that. And it could be affordable. It's affordable, but then you have the high-end stuff. So it really depends. If you want to completely change, and again, Thailand does have a lot of I won't say a lot, there is lady boys. The transgender people are accepted there. A lot of people go there for transgender surgery. So they have like world-class, doctors that perform those procedures. But other people I know have gone there for plastic surgery, or if you need any type of major surgery. You have two world-class hospitals in Thailand, and also I believe in Malaysia, those areas, you have those type of hospitals. And for beauty, because I had a beauty business selling hair care products, you have a lot of expos and beauty conferences. When it comes to beauty, the business of beauty, that is a good location to be in, especially for skincare. Skincare is a booming, big business. People spend a lot. I know France is seen as the world class, French cosmetics, but I think in Thai, Japanese, Korean cosmetics, that's like the consumer base there is immense. People spend money. That's why I started my own hair care line, selling these, shampoo bars and natural conditioners. People bought it because it worked. Unfortunately, Thailand, there is a lot of pollution, so you have to be extra careful and on top of your beauty routine, your skin routine, your hair routine, because a lot of people had hair problems. Everyone either had dry hair, oily scalp, alopecia, or some thinning hair. So people were very desperate for a good shampoo or conditioner or hair oil just to, relieve their hair care. And that's where my hair grew the most. I used to have my big bun, my famous big bun that I use. My hair was always this long. I've had my hair like this for 15 years. But in Thailand, that's where the big bun was born. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Blair, your hair is so beautiful. How do you take care of your hair? Hence why I was just like, yeah, I have these hair products. I know what I'm doing. I have a whole hair routine. So yeah, if you want to start some type of beauty business, I absolutely say Thailand's a great market. So, okay, you don't like plastic, you like natural. That's fine. But some people don't want natural. So the whole point of the business of beauty, or the business of looking more beautiful, is just to correct or to help people who have the money to pay for it. So Thailand is a good destination where you can get world-class care, world-class plastic surgery, or some type of cosmetic surgery at a good price. And of course, the aftercare is really important too. Yeah. So back to living and working. One thing I loved about Thailand is there are a lot of foreigners, people that came for work, people that came to start a business, people that came because they work in diplomacy, and you meet all types of people. Friendship is so important today. Having community beyond yourself is so important. So you can find that in Thailand because people, especially foreigners, we have our expat Facebook groups, we have internations, we have meetup.com. Just walking around, people are kind and open, and it's easy to get around the city. I know in the States, because I'm from Massachusetts, living in Boston, it's hard to get from one part of the city to the next. It's hard to, thank you. It's hard to just meet up with people after work. So it's one thing to live abroad, to retire abroad or work, but you want to be in a country where you want to find friends, you want to build a community, you want to have a life outside of work. Pumpkin. Thank you. You said I look like a pumpkin. I don't even know what that means. It's important you find a life, build a life out of work. So friendship, it's good for your mental health. It's good, especially if you live in a country you don't speak the language, to find people to be in community with. And thank you. But we're talking about expat life in Thailand. So I remember I made friends with other Americans. I made friends with Black, people from France and Europe, and I organized these events. I started organizing my afternoon tea parties in all the hotels. I was at Park Hyatt, I was at the Okura Prestige. I was at not the Four Seasons, but there's just a lot of hotels where you can have events. And there are a lot of chambers of commerce. So every country has their chamber of commerce. So there's American, Thai, Serbian, American, AmCham, yeah, American Thai Chamber of Commerce, Australian Thai Chamber of Commerce, South African Chamber of Commerce. So, hi, this is not a place for me to sing and entertain. We're talking about expat trifecta life. So, if you're in business, I recommend always joining some type of chamber of commerce in your country. They have events like once a month. And if you are even an artist, there are a lot of artistic groups that have their own types of meetups. People do like to do karaoke. I'm from Massachusetts. And people love to gather together, not only just around food but other activities. I remember someone was into paintball, volleyball, basketball, ping pong. There's so many things to do. You can have a very full life, social life, professional life, living in Bangkok, and there are opportunities everywhere. It's just looking on meetup.com, internations, joining your local chamber of commerce. People are very sociable. Everyone's not always just okay. A lot of people are indoors, especially in the weekends. People love to go to the malls. At first, like going to the mall and eating at the food court, I was just like, this is very odd. Like in the early 2000s or 90s, everyone went to the mall to hang out. But in Asia, I've realized going to the mall, especially with your family, is and eating the food court. People like that because first of all, the malls are beautiful. Then the malls have AC. The malls are cool. The temperature is cool. So you see a lot of people in the malls. Oh, you came. Well, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. I'm Blair, based here in Belgrade, Serbia. And yeah, this is my channel. And we do my Sunday talks at 9 o'clock. So welcome. So the malls, going to the malls is a very popular activity. Eating in the food courts is a very popular thing to do on Sundays and Saturdays. You see all the families out and about because it's very hot outside. I know people love to go to some of the outdoor markets to shop, but everything is it's just too hot to be outside after 12 o'clock. Like even by 10 o'clock it's hot. So people like to be indoors in the mall. And Bangkok has a lot of shopping malls. When I went there in 2015 or 2016, yeah, they finished the 2 luxury malls in Sukhumvit. There's one near Thang Lor and another one up there. So yeah, depending on the BTS or the Skyline stop, you see a lot of malls. And people go there, they sit for hours. It's a sociable thing. Thank you. No, I don't go to school. I'm a grown woman. I have my own business. So I finished my studies, though I want to continue my education. So, grown woman, I'm 35. So, yeah. As far as nightlife in Bangkok, again, it depends on what you're into. It could be something very peaceful. You go to a restaurant with your friends and just to hang out. Or if you want a wild night, what's that movie? The Hangover? I mean, you can find stuff like that. I would recommend you to be careful. Do not mess with Thai police. Do not get into any illegal things. So Thailand has, its ups and downs, the dark side, the light side. Thailand is a great, or at least Bangkok. Let me specifically say Bangkok is a great city. You can have fun. You can also live a quiet, peaceful life. You can have a nice family life. You can retire there. Another city people go to is Pattaya or Chiang Mai. Thailand has about 70 million, maybe at least more now, because when I left there, the population was about 70 million. No, I'm not 21. Thank you. I'm very happy that's why I look like this. Yeah, so I don't know the population size of Thailand right now, but it's a sizable market, and you can have a beautiful life there. And I do hope to go. I need to visit Bangkok in the future, maybe next year, because it's been such a long time since I've been there, and I'm sure a lot has changed. But it's good, especially if you have a manufacturing business. It's good if you have some type of beautiful beauty business. Thank you. I've had my hair like this for 15 years. Thailand is great if you want to retire. If you have a loved one that needs full-time care, and I know nursing homes in the U.S. could cost tens of thousands a month. I honestly recommend, for families that have elderly care that needs, 24/7 hour care, to have their parents or grandparents go to Thailand. You can find affordable, high quality care for your loved ones. And starting a business there, have a local partner, and yeah, you can leave some questions below for questions about Thailand. But I think I covered pretty much of it all. Thailand's a great country, and they have more visas or visa programs that welcome foreigners. So. Okay, I think I answered everyone's questions. So if you're watching this in the replay, feel free to ask questions below about Thailand. Definitely plan to go there in 2026. And let's ask questions about Thailand, not about me personally. And then I'll just kind of hop off. So no questions. I will see you next week at 9 o'clock. We can talk about another country to live your best, expat life, or countries I lived in, part of this Expat Diaries, and we'll go from there. If any questions, not personally about me, but about Bangkok, let me know. Okay, hopping off right now. Thank you everyone for participating, and look forward to my Tuesday video where I'll share my Thanksgiving. I know I was supposed to share it Friday, but Thanksgiving weekend is a bit hectic, so I'll publish my Thanksgiving on Tuesday. So thank you for watching. Bye.